Let's go. Do it right here. I'll bring some more chairs. Yo. Yep. During COVID, I was getting a lot. I had like a little Tiguan, and I was getting like a lot of tickets. And like I was like, I used to live in the Heights, and it was like, this is crazy. Like I'm racking up like thousands of dollars in tickets, and I was like, okay, let me find a smart car. It's working. My name is Bradley Alvelo. I am the owner of Pizza Pod NYC. So we do a small personal pie that's 10 inches, and then we do a 12-inch pie. So that's the different prices.
12.
12?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I started cooking at home when I was very young. Like my parents worked a lot. They each had jobs, so me and my brothers were like home alone, and I was like, sometimes Ritz crackers don't cover it. So I started like just grabbing stuff from the fridge and I take chicken wings. I saw my mom make them, I'll make it. And so it started off like that. In high school, I started working in a Southern cuisine restaurant. And I get out of class, last period, I go over to the restaurant and I would just do prep and takeout. And that was like my first introduction to like restaurants. And I was like, oh man, this is kind of cool. From there, I went to Culinary Institute of America. I was really classically trained as a chef. Kind of the addicting part of cooking is like people's reactions, right? You kind of wait to hear like how do they feel about it? I'm more of one of those chefs that are like, you like that? From there, I started working in a French Moroccan restaurant. I would get in at like 5:30 a.m. and I would leave like, they would close the restaurant around 12. And like, every night. So like you get out like 1:30, 2 o'clock. It was crazy. I lived in Yonkers. By the time I got home, it was like 3. And like, you do it again. And I was like, it was such a hard life that I was just like, you become a zombie at a point, and it was just like I find ways to like stay in the city. Another thing was like you have these student loans because CIA isn't cheap, and this is how I got into like corporate dining. I ended up going to NFL corporate. That was awesome experience. You have like all these NFL players coming in. It was a lot smaller. It was like 800 people now. I ended up going to the New York Stock Exchange. It was intense. Like I'm running different floors, and I'm not leaving till like 11:30 p.m. It was still like it started to remind me of my old life. So I was like, I need to get out of here. Like I started thinking like I'm turning into a zombie again. Like where you're not thinking about life, you're thinking about just the next day. So I was like, okay, I don't want to get sucked into that. Yeah, I'm like, people still ask me if can we take your picture? I'm like, at least 100 people a day take my picture. So I'm like, go for it.
I love her.
Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yep. I think the only time I really lost my love was when you become robotic, when you become zombie-like. And that's kind of like why I left the stock exchange. And like the upper management were really upset about that. But I was like, I don't want to go back to not liking food. Here's some napkins.
Thank you so much.
I love pizza, and I mean, I've been a chef for 20 years, so I've worked restaurants, I've done corporate dining and stuff, so I kind of just wanted to do something for myself.
Yeah.
And it's working out. So
Good.
yeah, if you're passionate about it, it's not work. You know what I mean? I don't wake up and like, I gotta make pizza today. You know, it's like, I get to make pizza today.
You know I'm working. You know I'm Miss Missy, Erica, Incense, and Prince, product, joy, magic, and muscle. That McCoy with the hustle. We've been working.
I need to start doing something for myself. I need to build something. I was like, I have all these skills, and you know, I can do anything with food, and I have this crazy passion for like all things food, you know what I mean? So I was like, I can do this. So I like talking to my wife, I'm like, yo, listen. So, you know, I just started doing like a little project. I started cooking from home. Like I put a menu on Instagram, and people would line out in front of my building because no one's doing anything, right? They're like, yeah, let's get food from this guy. Patience is number one. Patience is number one. And good flour.
Pulled up right off the Milky Way, then I put it in bar. Told my son I'ma see him as soon as you put a fry. See, we too fly for the function, so we kick it in the cosmos. Too high for the humble, hit the hit till the high slow. Highs on the prize like racehorses.
I have like a partnership with the coffee shop. I met Yoko in jiu-jitsu because I was training a lot also. Yeah, it's the owner of Drink Talk, and you know, we got to talking, and you know, we basically built like a light partnership. So I was like, hey, let me start making pizzas. Let's go. Do it right here. I'll bring some more chairs.
No, we teach at the school. So
All right. Yo. Yep. We started like, people would pass by and hear other people say, hey, this pizza's really good. And so like a couple people hit me up and they're like, hey, like, you have a card? Hey, do you have like, can you do an event? Like, I have like a startup reunion. We got 400 people in front of this building. You think you could just pull up? And so it started like that, and we started doing rooftops, kids parties. And I was like, okay, like, I can put this all together. Like I have a whole bunch of pizza ovens. I have everything I need to make pizza. And I was like, I actually don't use the car that much because I live in the city. So I was just like, yo, let me put it all together. And people thought I was like crazy. They're like, you can't make pizza out of your car, man. Don't forget me if I come into to get some pay. I'm be like, yo guys.
That pizza, I got you. Best pizza ever. Best pizza.
Thank you. you have to put what you love on the top, right? And you can't forget about it. You can't let life destroy your hope. If you're taking care of yourself, and you're focused on your goal, you know, just put a percent of that, your 9 to 5, to that goal always, little by little, until it starts to steam into something. You know what I mean?